starting quarterback?
Yeah, we'll find out.
No, seriously, what do you like about what your feedback and what you're seeing from those guys, and how different for you as a summer where you don't have an established guy?
Yeah, we've been through it before. That's here at Tennessee and different spots that I've been. At the end of the day, those guys got to continue to grow every single day. So being in the building, learning our offense, learning defensive structures, having an opportunity to go out on the field, work through it, grow every single day. They've done a great job in the weight room, but leadership, developing relationships with our guys. It's constant growth for them. They've done a really good job in the meeting room, being cohesive, caring about each other. I think that's really important. The strength of one position can never just be one guy. As we're getting to the back end of summer, certainly as we kick off training camp, those guys are going to have an opportunity to go compete, and best players are going to play.
You haven't seen Joey on the practice field, obviously, but you've seen some of him. What do you like of him that you have seen in the summer?
Yeah, we've had an opportunity to be out there with him throwing a little bit, and fundamentally there's some things that we've hit on with him that he's continuing to grow throughout the course of the summer. He's done a great job coming into our program. Got there in May, got a chance to go through the installs. His second time through it here during the course of the summer. He's growing every single day, but his ability to connect with guys inside of our roster as a veteran guy coming in, just developing relationships, then earning the trust of those guys by how you approach every single day.
How much do you appreciate and respect him? Like, he didn't do any interviews when he committed. He just committed and just kind of come in, put his head down, kind of got to know everybody, and went to work and didn't make anything about him. Just kind of made it about the team. How much do you appreciate that as a coach?
Yeah, absolutely. I think when you're coming in, how you present yourself every single day that's in the building and outside of it is going to be the perception, certainly early on, of how the players perceive you. And for him to come in, be about his work, continue to grow. First week he was here with all of our guys, offensive linemen, taking them out to dinner, those types of things. Those are our little steps in developing a relationship with guys where you can eventually lead them. And all three of those guys, Merck and George, have continued to do a great job of that as well. But certainly respect what Joey's done since he got here on campus.
What's your message to Jake and to George as they go into camp?
Man,
what do you want to see from them?
It's a competition every single day. That's how you handle yourself. That's how you handle success. That's how you handle a bad play. It's the mastering and control and command of what we're doing offensively. All three of those guys know that they're going to get their opportunities. Being urgent in your preparation, going out and competing, cutting it loose, and going and playing ball. And we've been through this before. You look at Joe and Hendon and the way that they competed during the course of a training camp. One guy gets named the starter, another guy gets dinged up, the next guy is in. Those two guys had great relationships. They helped each other. They challenged each other. They're still great friends today. They're both playing in the NFL. I think that represents what's good inside of a meeting room and certainly a quarterback room.
Do you have a timetable on Jermiah McCoy when he could be back, or at least a hopeful timetable?
I don't. I think with the injury and his rehab process, it's how he encounters the next phase and next stage as he continues to prepare himself and get ready to play. Saw him the other day as he's going through his rehab. He looks really good. His movement skills are good. It's a progression throughout the course of the end of the summer and through training camp, and we'll figure that out as we get into the season. Keeping in mind, obviously we want him. He's a huge part of us defensively, but his short-term and long-term health as well.
What is it about Jake's progression and what you've seen from him that could put him in that position to compete for the starting quarterback role?
Yeah, fundamentally, he's continued to grow, the ability to be accurate with the football through the course of spring. He got better every single day. He handled, good play, bad play extremely well, was very consistent in who he was. Really grew in his command of what we're doing offensively. He's done that throughout the course of the summer too, and when we get to training camp, looking forward to seeing him compete.
Josh, what can young receivers, you got 4 receivers who weren't here and haven't played in a college game, what can those guys do in the summertime to put themselves in a better position to play, and what do you like about what they've gotten done?
Yeah, through our installs, understanding not just what we're doing, but the why behind it, understanding defensive structures, continuing to grow in their fundamentals, in technique, developing rhythm and timing with the quarterbacks, and some of the freedom that we give those guys in man looks, zone looks, just continuing to grow as a player. And their maturity has been really high. That freshman group as a whole, when they got here in January, as impressive a group as I've been around. The challenge for our young guys inside of our program is they don't have time to be young. That's been one of the messages throughout the course of the season. That's for our staff, that's for our leadership to take ownership inside of those position rooms and help those guys grow. Those young wide receivers that you talked about have done a great job, and anticipate them playing, but also playing at a really high level.
Do you change the way you install or the way you go about teaching when you have a position group that is as young as that group is?
Well, I think subtly you do. You know, those guys coming back and spending extra time in the building is really important. As you change subtly offensively from year to year, making sure that you control the volume of what's on their plate at a given time. But you look at the winter into spring, and now through the course of the summer, those guys have really good understanding of what we're doing.
How much is
Last
Syracuse?
August, there was a lot of stories about Aaron Carter staying late, and coaches like, your car's still in the garage, and he's just being a student of the game. How much have you seen him continue that and build upon that standard?
Yeah, he's still doing that. You guys will hear from him here in a second. I think Arian is a great example of what we try to do with leadership of identifying who guys are, but then also helping them grow throughout that through the off season and giving them the tools to become a great leader and how to impact and affect the guys around you. Nobody is more consistent in who he is as he comes into the building every single day. There's nobody putting in more extra work than he does. What I love about Arian is that he's got the ability to bring guys along with him, and he's done a great job with that linebacker core.
How much is Syracuse on the brain at all?
Week one is certainly on the brain. There's a long ways until you get there. I think it's really important for everybody inside your program to be where your feet are and control the controllables, and the only thing you control is right here, right now, and today. So tomorrow doesn't matter, yesterday doesn't matter. Winning right now is really important.
Josh, how do you view the pros and cons, maybe in a broader team perspective, of going in with an outright starting quarterback versus a quarterback competition?
I think it's really important for everybody on your roster to understand that the best players are going to play, and you have to go earn it. I think that's important at every position. I think that's really important at the quarterback position too. I think a part of being the trigger guy is having the respect of the guys around you, and a part of that is going and taking and earning a job.
Based off the fact you didn't go to the portal a ton, it feels like you really like that. Idris, Farouk, Edwin Spillman, Mike Matthews, that group that either were redshirting a year ago or true freshmen this year. What was it that made you all to decide to kind of go in that philosophy to push these younger kids to the field versus maybe going to the portal more?
Well, you recruit them because you believed in their athletic traits, but also who they would grow into being as a person and as a competitor. There's a journey for everybody inside the game, inside college football. I really like the athletic traits, the physical traits of the young guys that we have in our program. That's, the guys that showed up in January, that's guys that were maybe freshmen a year ago, have great trust and belief that they're going to continue to grow and elevate their play and be ready to play at a championship level. That's what's fun about college football. There's always been 25-30% turnover of your roster. That's certainly true in today's landscape with the transfer portal. But that's the fun part of coaching, is helping these guys continue to grow. And I think the traits of the guys that we had, coupled with where we thought they were going as people and competitors, allowed us to have great trust. And I'm really excited about the young guys that we have inside of the program.
Josh, the commissioner said yesterday that college athletics and the football's not broken, it's just stressed. Being in the chair you're in every day, where do you put the state of things, and how challenging is it off the field compared to getting ready to play every week?
Well, it provides great talking points and questions for you guys, right? And they've been the same questions for the last couple of years, and I think everybody inside college football is hopeful for great, strong leadership that's going to provide the path forward for us to have what is the greatest game, stay the greatest game, and continue to get better.
Is it frustrating that it's the same questions now 2 or 3 years in a row?
I don't know if frustrated is the right word, but certainly I've answered the same questions for a while now.
How have you seen Miles' leadership skills develop over the past 2 seasons?
Yeah, tough, smart, physical, elite competitor, coaches guys on the field. They could be at the tight end position or, you know, special teams. He does a great job of impacting the guys around him. A year ago, transitioning into our program, great understanding of what we're doing offensively, allows him to help coach the guys around him. But he's somebody, because of his consistency, that's found a really strong voice, that's got great leadership on, you know, our football team and certainly on the offensive side of the ball.
Dylan Samson had such a strong leadership role within that running back room. How long do you think his voice is kind of going to linger with him now being gone and moving on?
Well, you hope the traits and the standard that he was a part of setting inside of that running back room never leave that room. That we continue to grow and build upon those things. And you know, D-Samp was a dynamic leader, dynamic player. We've had a lot of great running backs, and you know, a year ago nobody was talking about Dylan Samson being SEC Player of the Year. That's what's great about this game, is that, you know, talking season's almost over and it's about time to go tee it up and go play. And the work that you've put in allows you to expect to play at an elite level. It allows teams to expect to win. But then you got to be intentional during the course of the week in preparation to go play and compete the way that you need to on game day. D-Samp's going to have a great career in the NFL, but the values and traits and the standards that he was a part of setting, I hope never leave that room.
The defense has played with a chip on its shoulder the last couple of seasons. How much do you think is that still fueling them, that they want to go out there and still prove something and let the defense lead Tennessee?
Yeah, standards to be elite at Tennessee. You guys, you know, heard me say, you know, it's the home of Reggie White, Eric Berry, Al Wilson, you know, guys that maybe are one of, if not the greatest player at their position in the history of the game. And you know, for us, there's a lot of things that we had to overcome early in our staffs and our programs, you know, start up 4 years ago or 5 years ago now. We never used that as an excuse. We didn't talk about it because we believe we had the things in there to grow and to win, and proud of what we've done. But man, we're only going to continue to get better. I know that because of what we've done through a lot of adversity, and you know, the guys that we have inside of that defensive unit room, talking about the players, are highly competitive. They have great physical traits, but there's an accountability factor to doing your job that's at a really high level. We got great leadership. Tim Banks and our defensive staff have done a phenomenal job since we arrived, and I'm excited to go play with these guys on the defense side of the ball.
As the head coach, how excited are you when you look at your staff, not just your main staff, but like when you had Bonamago and you had Alan Williams and Seth and Marion Hobby, just some veteran guys that have been around and had a lot of success?
Yeah, a lot of guys that have done it at an elite level inside of the college game, have done it at the NFL level as well. Guys that are elite teachers that care about the people around them. A lot of those guys have relationships as they were coming into this building. Marion Hobby, former player, former coach. He cares a great deal about the Power T. We got selfless guys that want to impact young people and help them be their best. They got great minds for the game. They're all a great resource for me, but our staff in general too, and they've done a great job with our players.
You talked about the work you put in. Are you getting reports, or have you seen guys really change their body and become stronger, set personal records in the weight room, those kind of things to really change the kind of players they can be?
Yeah, absolutely. This time it's very intentional, focused individually on the gains that you need to make. That's your strength, speed, acceleration, change of direction, explosive power, and then ultimately, how do you become a better player? Fundamental in technique and understanding of the scheme. Our guys have done a great job throughout the course of the summer here as we get ready to wrap it up, of changing their bodies and putting themselves in a position to go be their best.
What kind of building block is the college football playoff appearance toward the ultimate goal of a national title?
Yeah, end of the day, you want to play here in Atlanta, play for a conference championship, win it, and get in the playoff and go win that thing too. Proud of the steps that we've taken. Everybody inside of our program that will tell you that the taste that was left in our mouth in December, make sure everybody understands that's not the goal. And we want to get in it, but you got to go win. And you know, it's been a part of, you know, helping us be challenged every single day throughout the course of the winter, through spring ball, and certainly through the course of the summer.
Thanks.
Thanks, Coach.